Hello, everybody. Welcome back here to the channel. And again, it's me and Brother Wolf gonna come in. Hopefully, you guys have some good questions for us and so on for it. So, first of all, welcome to Brother Wolf up here. We're doing this for a second time with him, and we've been trying to catch up quite a bit, a few times, but divine time is divine time in there. And today, I think that we are gonna be what was the word? Kicking a butt, taking names for it, and we are gonna be talking
Pushing
about
buttons.
yeah, pushing the buttons. That's what we're talking about, but also to understand that we're doing it this for your own good. Okay. Hopefully you guys gonna get it from this. And with that being said, we appreciate your coffee as a we are both drinking coffee at this time. So cheers. So without other ado, I'm the honor to introduce you again to Brother Wolf in there for it. Where did you lost
Me.
yourself? Yeah, it's you. All right.
I'm
Uh,
here. I'm here with my number one fan.
Lucky you. Lucky you. I have my big fan right now there. It's a lot of wind up here for it. So yeah.
Hopefully you
So
guys can hear it. It's not a silent fan, but it's one of those loud fans.
yeah. I think that the audio should be pretty much cool
Yeah,
for
we
it.
got all these filters and microphones and stuff now. We're going pro
Yeah, there you go.
again. Proer than proer
It's that's about a microphone. Well, let's
without
talk about
changing our proverbs and pronouns. What?
yeah. You got a little bit up there, but anyway. So, guys, if you have some any questions about up here, get ready for it. But one thing straight out of the door, it is about your journey as a twin flame. Okay, uh, it's gonna be required to be real, and some of the parts within the journey, some of the teachings that it's out there, which is was brought it to our attentions in there for it. A lot of the material, it's most of it, it's a copy paste in there, but with that copy paste, actually was also passing this energies of the drama and the trauma that it's in there, and it doesn't help the people to evolve within the journey. It doesn't helping the people to ascending in there. You know, when we're talking about this ascension situations in there, um, we've been in the journey for I don't know, I don't count the years anymore. I stopped counting it because it doesn't make sense to. It's not a commercial time and so on and so on. Or you, some of us, you guys know the records in there, but
We
talking
became
about
time lords. You time lords.
yeah. Even today, I was looking at actually Wolf about it. This um transitions, and I will mention Papa Mel in there, the Colonel. Okay, let's be fair to him. May his soul rest in peace in there. While looking at from above, and I know how he is when he comes in with his energy. He's like, "Ah, you guys just put that shit together, kakapupu shit, and so on." But he is the way it is. But he was talking about ascension, and we're going to be talking about a little bit more advanced stuff for it too. And I want to welcome Karen. I want to welcome Dana from Amsterdam. Uh,
Dana, she know Mel very well.
uh, uh, I don't know, Blanco Kitty 89 in there for it. Welcome up here to it. Nice to meet you guys, and thank you for coming to the channel. And I was like, okay, we become from this moment of this karmic so much solutions in there. We went to the twin flames journey. Now from the twin flames journey, we go into the divine partnership. From divine partnership, what's next? Ascension partnership. But how are you gonna be transitioning, balancing all these terms and all this in there? For it, in the leading part, it is the soul. For it, it is the soul, and what it's pay attentions to me. It was brought it to me in there that the community still wants to be working on the parts of programming, passing the old programming, passing it. It's like, how can I get my twin for it? And
how can I trick my twin flame into coming back to me?
there is a lot of undertows.
How can I manipulate this situation to work in my favor
Yeah, and me not doing any work.
without me doing anything for it?
Mhm.
Can I pay somebody? Could I pay Twin Flame Universe? Oh,
Oh shit. Okay, you said the word. Okay. Please put a €5 in the jar for the bar.
€5? I heard it was like €500.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm not mentioning their name, so everyone mentioned their name. I penalize them with €5, so then we go into the bar, we drink together.
Oh, I see. The swear jar.
Yeah, the swear jar. There we go. Now you get it. Okay, we got a good show, a good time up here. Hi, Andrea. To it. So,
Yeah,
uh,
it's like
get
what
up.
you said in the beginning. The and there was this amazing couple, real twin flames, by the way, not these fake ass whatever, but real twin flames down in Australia, and they call themselves the Authenticity Process. You remember
Mm,
them? Down back in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, and then they dropped off the radar. I hope they're still doing the work, and um, that they'll return. But either way, you know, they got it. The authenticity process. It's about becoming authentic. No hiding anything, not being manipulative, sneaky, not being fake, not, you know, um, too worried about the labels or too worried about, coming out on top, but actually going through the process, going through the work, and
mm.
being real, being authentic. That's what's demanded of us. And most people are in relationship for all the wrong reasons. So they're not being authentic with themselves. And that's why we're seeing a lot of these fake twin flame teachers and fake twin flame information being so popular, because people have yet to become authentic with themselves. So they they are still lying to themselves, and then they find these gurus and teachers that are also doing that in reflection back to them.
Yeah, that is actually the I was actually we had a discussion just before we started the video. We had a little discussion with Paulina about it, and we were talking about exactly this issue because of um this um I mean, in a soul, what is that? Look at it in there. It's what we call in this spiritual personal projections from within yourself. In there, and those projections in there is like, this is what happened, and this is what I feel, and that's what's going on. But there is no confirmations from the other side. There is no confirmations from the twin flame. It's like, yes, that's how it goes. So right now is this kind of like a energy that we seen it within the community, and I start kind of like removing kind of like of this stuff within the community that we are talking about. But the authenticity in there for it, it is a must, is a required in there. Yeah. Me and Paulina, for people following the Aqua Spirit United on the YouTube in there, they know we are talking for advanced real stuff without polishing, programming, all that stuff. No, it's authentic. You gotta be authentic. This connection is asking you to authentic. This connection is asking you to be example.
Not even asking, it's demanding. That's very different. It demands authenticity. If you it's not asking, it's not okay, can you please be authentic? No, no, it's be authentic or get the fuck off. It's like you be authentic or you're going to lose this shit. It's that simple. It's not please come be authentic, please. No, no, it's if you're not authentic, straight off, straight off. And that's why a lot of these unions are going tits up. They're no
Hmm.
longer working because they don't realize what is demanded. It's not a request. It's not please kind sweet mama nothing.
Yeah, the evolution is demanding all this. The evolution is demanding all this. Um,
Yeah.
Hi Andrea, hi Erica, and you guys have any questions? You can go ahead and for it. Too. But Wolf, CT, hi. And is there is anything worth to do in life, or is everything and nothing useless? I don't know.
Whatever you choose it to be, you decide. That's the thing. You define it. You decide. If you have a purpose, that's for you to find. And I believe everyone comes in with a blueprint. I believe everyone comes in with a soul assignment or many possible assignments, really, and you get to choose. You get to be the divine will. It's you. It's no God out there. It's no supreme being. You are standing at the source of creation, and when you're two standing at the source of creation, you're both of you source creator channeling source creative energy together, and you get to create your reality at the source of creation. So you have to find yourself at the source of your creation first, which means accountability, authenticity, knowing who you are, stop bullshitting yourself and other people, and owning everything, all your shit.
Exactly.
So when they come on, their YouTube and they're like, "Oh, we're twin race, we're channeling the divine," they have this polished act. They're not swearing. They're not, you can tell that they don't allow themselves to pick their own boogers or whatever, wipe their own butts when they poo poos, or, they don't put their pants on one leg at a time. Then you know that this is an act, and
Yeah.
you have to learn to sense the act. And if you don't learn to sense the act, you're going to be fooled time and time and time and time and time and time and time again by all these gurus and teachers and information and bullshit. You have to stop bullshitting yourself. And if you can do that, well, then you will
Hmm.
find it. Then you will find the truth. Then you will find your truth. And then you will come to find, oh, goodness, I can basically do whatever I want
Yeah.
in in alignment with heart, in alignment with divine consciousness, and then I'm in my purpose.
Yeah.
So, and that could change. That could change. I used to think my purpose was music. Then I thought my purpose was writing. Then this twin flame stuff, and then I realized my purpose was to be conscious, lucid father, parenting, and healing generational trauma. Then I found, oh my God, my purpose is just to be. I am. I am.
There
Nothing
is
more.
a very great video about Just Be. That is a Christy Kishra and DJ Tiesto for it.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
And because she's traveling in the video, she's traveling through different dimensions, but you can see all her past selves dying after her when she moves through different places with different clothes, and it was all about this just be. That's the name of the song. If you guys can find it, I highly suggested it to you. But yeah, this is what we're talking about, this authenticity. And I was talking about that first you with Paulina, that's what was, is that first you have to be 100% you, 100% your partner, and then each partner put 50% within the connection. The connection becomes that 100%. You still keep your 50% within yourself, but the connection itself, it's a 100% in there. And if you don't have that authenticity on your own, there will be no authenticity in the connections that it's failing within. And without those,
There'll be
yes, there
there'll
will
be
be a
friction,
friction.
and
Yeah,
until it solves itself. And if you don't, like to me, if you don't get your shit together, Rolf, you're gonna keep fucking up. And I kept having connection after connection, and
mm-hmm.
I saw how um, owning the shadow was a problem for my partners, and I hadn't done enough work in my shadow yet to pull back and be okay with them coming or going.
Yeah,
So if you're still in the place where you need love, oh, I need someone to love me, that is going to fall away, and you're going to be shown that, oh shit, I still need love. Well, if I need love, I'm telling the universe I don't have love. I am not love.
and the universe
So
comes
guess
in
what?
and gives you one
Boom.
slap on your face. It's you have to
Every
become love for
time.
yourself.
Yeah, every
And
time. You have to be
yeah,
okay with being alone.
yeah,
Love, 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 love that
yes.
one man show.
Sissy had one, and if your purpose will be to make others happy and self unhappy, could that be a purpose? Actually, no.
No,
When you make other people happy, you have to be happy with what you're making as the other people's happiness. Okay, but you don't have to be depending on your other people happiness and your personal happiness within yourself. But as you're ascending more and more, a lot of the people are gonna be looking at into this in a different way. But this is like you give yourself like I'm reading on the post in some of the community in there. Uh, I'm gonna give everything to my twin flame, whatever he can do, whatever we want with me, and so on and so on. And here you go. You give yourself to that part, and then guess what? Your twin flame comes in. They do all the crazy, unhealed, toxic patterns with you, and then you are crying, mourning, and whining about it. And it's like, what was this? Okay, but you did it yourself because of the need to be loved, and that is the codependency in there so if you kind of like go within the connection, you try to fulfill everybody and so on to it, you try to make everybody happy. You can't make everybody happy, but you can help of people who come to you to tell them, hey, here what that is, maybe you should look this, maybe you should work for it. And this is the part of I don't know what was her name. She made a one video about a twin flame in there. It was like a month ago or something. She said that for it. I shared it on the group on I am twin flame. I was very pleased to do that. She said like that. If the people don't talk to your ascensions, people don't talk to you how you can self improve yourself. People doesn't talk to you how you can actually start looking from within you in the twin flame journey. Maybe they're not the right coach for you. She was talking about that, and she's the right coach is always gonna be point out you to look at it within yourself in there, and this is what the coaches will do. But let's
you
not
can't
talk
give anyone anything that you do not embody.
exactly.
That's the thing.
That's what this is.
Same for the
Uh,
healers. If the healers have not done any, if you go to a healer and they've never faced any real health challenges or any real challenges to overcome in life, you can only go so high as you've gone in the deep.
at the
So
same time,
how deep in the roots you've gone will determine how tall how high you can climb in the tree as a healer,
exactly.
person, as a human being, as a coach, whatever it is. So if the people have not smelled or tasted these roots or been down in the darkness for many, many, many a moon, they're not going to have any light to give you.
Yeah, the more higher you go, the more deep you have to be. This is what it said. Your
As it
hands,
above, so below.
yeah, your feet on the ground, your head on the clouds. The seed has the roots deep into the
Uh,
ground,
that's
and
one of
the
my
plant.
favorite songs, man.
Oh, we know each
You've,
other very
you've
well.
already spoken to Dana twice now when it comes to music. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
100% beyond a shadow of a doubt.
So then I'll ask a question from Mel perspective. What do you both sense it's come to next? Without judgment or uncomprehension is not the judge, but it's guides new perspective to awareness in the consciousness.
That's a good question.
That's a very high quality question. I actually like it. All right.
That's why she's one of my favorite people, I tell you.
Okay. All right. Let me get started here. What do you both sense to come next? A lot of the next actually was even back in the days. I didn't look at it too much into males from that perspective. When he says like his last videos in there about ascension, about divine partnership, about open up more and more and more, about expanding the heart, about expanding and fixing the things within the body, about the deeper roots healing that it's there. And what comes with that, it comes the part of ascension. But it also it's talking about equalizing. Let me stop here for a second about this equalizing. First of all, you equalizing yourself, but the word equalizing come from equal. First, you become equal within your own self and the way you are. You accept yourself as who you are, and then you equalize that authenticity, equality. You bring the quality within the with another person, and that is a what this ascension process is gonna comes in. Quality that you have to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly in any way. You to have the comfortable situations, but you keep the quality within the connections within yourself, within the divine, and with your partner. Okay, and that is a what the ascension is gonna comes in. Okay, that equality of the work, and that's what I see in there. There is no judgments up here on this.
It's
Uh,
just seeing what is and what is. And I have no charge in my body when I reference what would be deemed as judgment. It's discernment, and it either is or it isn't. It's either put together in a way that it's going to work, or it's put together in a way that it's not working. It's that simple.
it
Um,
is what it is.
it is what it is. But both me and Dana were students of Mao, um, and we're colleagues in the Meridian Energetics. So we both were very close to Mao, and working with him, he was strict, and I grew up without a father that was present in my life until my 30s when I got really sick. And when I started to get better, I found Mel, and then Mel kind of became Uncle Twin Flame, to me and to all of us. But he really did help me get my shit together, pull my act together. And I'm not
Mhm.
squeaky clean by any means. I'm human, but he helped me realize that if shit was getting fucked up, I was someone who could do something about that. If my union was getting fucked up, I had a hand in that. I was co-creating that. If so, for from him, it was always, get your shit together, Ulf. That's one of the things he said most to me before, you know,
Pick yourself up.
Get your shit together. Like, make, be authentic, and do the work. So that's kind of what's the thing is we're all still, and I speak for myself here too, all very much still distracting ourselves with the external information, with the
Yes.
external input, with the external stuff, with the Facebook, with the connecting, with the twin flame. It's external too, because if you were to go sit right now in silence, find a spot in the forest, sit there in silence the whole day without your phone, without any apps, without uh, any addiction templates active, without your cigarettes, without your coffee, without, bring some food and sustenance for Christ's sake. I'm not trying to make anyone breatharian here, but without anything that distracts you or is an inherent need or pull out of yourself so that you could be with what is. And as long as you have problem with being with what is and with your own self without anything, without any crutches, without any stimulants, without any stimulation from apps or things,
Hmm.
if you cannot do that, then you're going to struggle if you get a connection.
Exactly. I totally agree with you because of this in there for it, and I think that there is gonna be a lot of new ascensions that's coming in. And I'll tell you why, Dana, so I can kind of like explaining a little bit to you. You know what happened when we rised up the whole this back in the days, the most of the world did not even heard the word twin flame, what that is compared to this today. They
Now it's
have it.
mainstream.
That's a mainstream in there, and yeah, we did a lot of work back in the days for this. But talking about it right now, to finish your questions, and I will go into the next. It is about the ascension process without you been you're not judging anymore. The only thing that you are doing it right now is you're working as a we set a video in our Aqua Spirit United channel on YouTube. Paulina is right there. It's the wisdom with the understanding in there that you bring it at. That brings the peace of resolving what there is. Okay, because if there is a problem, there is a solution. But you doing it this with peace, peaceful communications, and you acting. Put your as a Wolf said, put your shit together. But you're acting on a point out of as a sentient being. I was talking about earlier in this ages. It's like, how would you act if you were an angel? How would you act and at what level you're going to be acting isn't there as a this, and that is a what the angel doesn't judge. The angel just to go ahead and there it's just like point out, it's like, hey, who can decide with you and so on to it. So the Lord Empress, hi, thank you for being here. Andrea, what song again? The song name is Just Be. That's what the name, it's a DJ Tiesto for it. Karen, when one is in you and this, one seek their belief system, the only one. I will get him back. Only will seek those sites. If you are more than one, in ascension, you seek other sites or coaches. We're talking about the one in there. A lot of the people hanging up in um uh, a lot of the people still believing into the one without realizing the ascension process is to become one.
You are
Yeah,
one.
but until you realize, until you do your inner work, until you're put act together and you perform, you are not the one.
No,
You are just
no.
living within a mind games, and you're fighting, and you go to the shadow, and you complaining, whining, moaning about it, and then you realizing, Oh shit, I gotta get to work. And then when you get to work, when you start doing the work, when you start processing the energies, when you open these downloads as a twin flame that you receive this awakening, then you put your act together. Now we're talking about it. You become one with the energies because you read it, you understand it. Even though they are in the beginning of the journey, I tell them, guys, you have no idea how big this download is. This twin flame, we know that much about it. That much. We're not knowing everything and anything. But when you're doing, when you're processing step by step, as they say, and here in Spain, they say poco tan poco, little by little. Guess what? That's where you're going in there with this.
And that's what
To what?
happens to kind of put that back to Dana's question. That's kind of what's happening on the global scale too, little by little. But there's kind of like a quantum leap and certain quickenings going on that we experience these waves, and you can kind of see that with what the globalists are doing, the powers that be, when they're doing more of these events like the pandemic and all that stuff, right? And that's to kind of counteract these waves. So every time there's a pushback from um, the globalists and the powers that be, every time there's a pushback there, you know there's a wave.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, give me a second. I have to call Brother Wolf a little bit. Connection got broken, I believe, in there. But hopefully he's gonna be calling in a second.
And all that stuff.
There you are. There you are. We lost you, Brother Wolf. I think that the globalists, they don't like you. They cut your feedback off. I don't think so. We should talk about.
What I said was I saw the Candace Owens had a presentation with Alex Jones, which kind of reflected very much to me where we're heading as a collective. If it's if all that information that we've been deemed conspiracy theorists for over the years, if all that information is now out coming out in the mainstream, you know that there's something going on. And I have to say I'm quite excited about that. I'm quite excited to see all these things and the average person, the average Joe, starting to smell the gunpowder. It's like, oh my goodness. When when
Um,
when it's hit that level, then I think it's an unstoppable force at this point. The
Currently,
awakening.
as far as that globalist, since you brought it in, currently we are actually within the Star Wars for it. So,
Empire, yeah.
I,
And Mel would always say, Luke Skywalker, and to me, and I was like, okay, Yoda, that's fucking how I feel right now. This is and it's
um,
absolute, it's
globalistic. That's
absolute.
what it's cooking at, and I'm not gonna be discussing politics. I'm
So we
trying
have
to
to be
start.
strong with the force.
We are just observers.
We have to
Okay.
be strong with the force, my fellow
Yeah.
citizens.
Yeah. And to go back to the chat in there, or coaches, how do you both, that was a Karen, how do you both deal with this belief systems of the one or too many or coaches and so on? Personally, in there, for it, before I coach somebody or do something in there, for it, and people who's been working with me, they know about it. I don't cut crap for it. I'm gonna be triggering with you what it's an unhealed, and I'm gonna be talking to you about can give you an advanced systems for you be, because I've been through this and so on for it. And talking about with these dealings with other coaches, I stated a long time ago, I that's what the universe wants. I'm not going to be a policeman of the twin flame community. That's not my job. My job up here, and it is about it, is like my personal journey to be personal example, and whoever has to pick it up on that example, they can go ahead and do the best is it. That's what this is. Okay. You're learning later on to master yourself. And as you're mastering yourself, you're going from this student, teacher, coach to a master. And what is the
The
master
sheriff
does?
died.
Yeah,
The sheriff died. The twin flame sheriff, he died. So
yeah.
since then, all the rats are dancing on the table. So you have to be very, very mindful and careful out there in the twin flame community, because there's nobody to call out the shit anymore. So and I'm
Ah,
not going to do it because it makes me look bad, and I know a lot of other people are not going to do it either because it makes you look bad. All they're going to remember is you saying that, these people and those people and that and this and that. So yeah, but
there was
um
another
for
ascension process with this that was told to me a long time ago. Let the people find the truth for themselves. Because for everyone, the truth is different within their mind games, within their belief system, within their psychological processing, within their energies within themselves. Okay?
yeah.
Too many paths leading to the same directions. Okay? But if we're,
Nowhere.
yeah, and when we're talking about and this, I handle it very well in there because I'm stating into the it is what it is in the present time to the truth. It is what it is. Okay,
I
that's
tried to
the
be
ultimate.
deputy for a while. I tried to be deputy for a while, but and the deputy assignment, it's so it's funny because if I had stayed on the twin flame belief system, twin flame religion, I would have probably been up there still with the top 5, which I was. But I took all that information down and had to be authentic to my own journey. And that in itself led me to expand in a direction past the many, which Mel used to say, and has led my information to be somewhat unapproachable for most on this path until they get to a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had 3 of my clients this year say, you triggered the f out of me, off like right away. That was, it was not good. And I didn't get it. I did not understand what you were saying, but you know, 6 months passed, and now I get it, and I want to work with you. I get it now, and so it's information that you might read right away and be like, Jesus Christ, what is he on about? And then later down the road, when you come to scratch more of the surface for yourself, you'll see that, oh, I see. He's just carved out a different path for him from the main story, the main
Stream.
twin flame narrative. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not for everyone, but if you're starting to get it, it's going to set you free just
Yeah.
reading my articles. You don't even have to work with me anymore, and that's kind of what my
Mm-hmm.
articles and the information there is there for, because it's the information that I downloaded and set myself free from all the belief systems, not just twin flames, but angels, ascended masters, God, all of that stuff. I go straight to source. I don't go to Odin. I don't go to um, you know Sananda or all of these beings. I brushed them straight off the table,
Mm-hmm.
and what I'm left with is me and my connection. Do I
Yeah.
am I connected or not?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and what am I connected to? I'm certainly not connected to Sky Mommy or Sky Daddy. There's nobody there to send me to my room if I behave badly. There's no karma to rectify, and neither is there a need for karma because, as Mel said, as a heart centered being, I no longer trample through the rose beds, and there's no need for karma. I see the flowers and I walk around them. So my flower bed is still alive, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to boom, boom, boom when you're unconscious just walking through
Mm-hmm.
the flower bed, trampling all the beautiful flowers.
Yeah.
You're ruining the whole thing like a child.
Yeah, talking about this, I was actually talking about in the Hindu kind of like legends is about that God created the garden and you're the gardener.
Yeah.
And this is what happened in there about these flowers. Okay, that the energy is in there because if you care your own garden, you will care the same way to the garden of other person's internal world. That's what is that meaning. All right, go back to the yeah.
From where I come from my perspective, remove the word God and you say, I dreamt this garden into being as the cosmic dreamweaver that I am.
Yeah.
There was no God there. It was just source creative energy,
Mm-hmm.
like Mel taught us. And then from there, you as a dreamer, as a lucid dreamer, hopefully, like we're dreaming right now, we dreamt this reality into being. And so if you were fortunate enough that your dreams materialized, how would you tend to those dreams? And would you be ready then? Would you be conscious enough to not trample those flowers? Would you be conscious enough not to destroy your own dream? And
Yeah.
that's where the work is. Most people want to get to the place of, I want to live my dreams, but you're not ready yet. You're not ready to have your dreams. You have to get your shit together first. And
Exactly.
then and you don't need to be perfect. I'm still fucking up, but I'm willing to say, okay, I fucked up. How am I going to fix this?
And
I'm
then
not
it
going,
become perfect because
this, they did this. No, no, it wasn't me. I'm perfect. That kind of attitude. No, 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 no. I fucked up. How did I fuck up? Okay, we got to go back and analyze this and see, okay, the grandpa's dysfunctional patterns, mom's dysfunctional patterns, my own narcissism. Have you admitted to yourself that you have narcissistic patterns yet? That you're dysfunctional? If not, then bye bye dream. Bye
uh
bye dream.
exactly.
Have you
And
admitted to yourself that you have shadow work to do? If not, you're still operating from an inner child mode and you're going to be trampling all over that rose bed. You have
exa-
to have the the inner father, the inner mother, not some external sky mommy or sky daddy. That's spiritually maturity.
mhm.
You need the inner, like in alchemy. That's what the alchemy states. The inner mother, father, not God, father, God, mother. Then you're still
Yeah.
going on with the bullshit. Sorry.
Exactly. But when we're talking about the manifestations isn't there and when things comes in, you're understanding to do the work that you need to do. And this is how you become perfect by owning your crap. When you say I'm not perfect. The moment you say I'm not perfect, you're heading towards your perfections because you are perfect with your imperfections. In there. Okay.
Yeah. Very much
Go.
human.
Yeah, going with the questions in there. Um, Blanco Kitty, telepathy, signs, things, dreams, astral touch, numbers, seeing his name happened 17 years after the breakup. I had to move on. Research brought me to the twin flames. Why did this happen so much later? Looking at the blockages first of all within yourself in there, and I will call another thing to see. from within yourself about it. There is a lot of videos out there in both channels and the Wolves and mine for telepathy, syncs, synchronizations, dreams, and so on. I don't talk about too much about astral touch or numbers and so on for it. But if you 17 years, you've been in a loop. You've been in a time loop for 17 years. You are recycling this experience in there. And it could be some kind of like what is I see this in for it. Even actually I studied within the psychology in there to it. It is that you choose the real reality, it's up here, and you choose some kind of make up reality inside of yourself, and you believe that is the reality you're living in. And then you're
You see
looping
what you
in
believe.
there. Yeah, you're looping it in there, and the reality here keeps on going on itself. And all of a sudden you wake up and it's like, oh my God, the 17 years passed.
Yeah.
And until you don't understand, life is about one thing, living in the reality as it is. It was what it was, it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. And what it's going to be is going to be turning to it is what it is. You just have to learn to be flexible. You have to be learn to be understandable in there and go on from there. What is that 17 years can touch you on a based of my experience in there? It is that you just realized that you get off of this spinning wheel in there. You get off of that spinning train around and around and around and around. You get off of that train. That's what probably maybe you read the information, something clicked within you, and so on and so on. Cheryl, hi. I love the demanding. Oh, that was you for the demanding things. But do you want to say something about Blanco about the telepathy science and something?
Yes. And alchemy states, once again, as above, so below, and as within, so without. Whatever you are focusing on is what you will bring about. Anything at all. So if you've been very touched by a connection, very touched by a person, you will see these things not as a reflection of a twin flame or um, divine union pending or about to happen. You will see them to remind you how powerful you are, to remind you that what you think and what you feel becomes your reality. And eventually, you will be walking in magic and mystical union all the time. And it's this union with the divine, with the source creative energy, which is the true union. There is no other union but that. Everything else is but a reflection of that union with the mystical, with what we call the divine. So when I see synchronicity now, okay, I'm in alignment. I had I had 8 of these connections, and they all brought me to the source of creation and the bubble face, right? 5 of them, 3 of them I was in connection with, but I had 5 of those bubble love experiences being at the source of creation alone with source, right? So you feel like you're the only 2 people in the world, but you're the only 2 people at your source of creation. So you're sharing the source of creation, your source of creation, with another source creator being,
Yeah,
another.
energy.
And when you can do that, you manifest heaven on earth, as they say. Your dreams, your idea of heaven, which is not going to be the same for all of us. It's going to be different, all depending on what flavors you have inside of you. But you know, seeing his name, and I still have memories and things from all of these connections So I don't have any one of them being the one, which is very, very liberating, to be honest. I'm not in spiritual bondage with another person. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Spiritual bondage.
Mhm.
The one. I'm tied forever, eternally. I am, you know, most of us can't even handle kissing the same lips for an entire lifetime, let alone for freaking eternity. Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. That is some religious twin flame bullshit. I'm sorry. But spiritual bondage, that's a really, really loaded word. Spiritual bondage. Think about that one for a while. Me, mine, forever. That's not nice. It doesn't feel good. That's why most of these connections don't last, because we bring the one to the table, and it becomes very, very, very toxic very, very quick. Right?
That physical codependency, a lot of the people when they ask me about it, Theo, what is it, the sign? I mean, every time when I see my twin flame, it hits me in my stomach, and I'm like,
Then you need to heal your emotional body.
does it hit you?
That's what it is.
Does it
That's
hit
your
you?
emotional body going, oh, I don't want to be alone.
I'm asking them, does it hit you in your mind? Does it hit you in your spirit? Does it hit you in your soul? Does it do something with you? And does your brain comes up in the fire flames and so on and so on? It does. And there's a lot of the things that could be. We can talk for hours and hours and hours within this. To it. For I'm gonna go through because we are kind of like quite a left for like a few minutes. Maybe we can stay for a few minutes late within this because some few questions in here and the comments through. But Dana, it's we went through all the time the same. She was talking about your story with her. Correct. Pick up yourself up. I have been digging a dip, and yes, much distractions, and yes, struggle are self-affected always. Uh,
It's hard
uh,
being a human.
yes. Andrea was making a comment about the song. The one is you. Exactly, Dana. I like it. Um, Then again, yes, indeed, the quantum leap is now the radiate that balance into your surrounding exactly with this. There is this, I posted on a Facebook for it. You know, the black hole is right here on the top, and here is the center. It stays in there. And then at the other end, there is the white hole that you don't see occasions. But when you see it, the energy circulated from the one to the other. And it's a very beautiful kind of like an explanations is in there because you're going at with all this and all this. So thank you for this to it. And Andrea was making a comment on Star Wars. Luke is my father. Um, Dana was making a comment about hologram in there. Patrick Poetry. Hi, Patrick. Glad to see you here on the channel. I love Advaita Vedanta in there. Great for you. Karen, it's time to support you and back you both up on this road. You're going to newer belief system. Give it the form together. Thank you, Karen. We've been me and Wolf and some quite other few people. If you pay attention, the new people comes in, rise it up, and so on and so on, and all of a sudden they're repeating the same information with a lot of this new technologies and so on and so on. Uh, Here we did one thing from the beginning, and I can tell you what this beginning was. We are looking for quality, not quantity, and even me and Paulina, we are in the same principle. Have you heard from our videos? Click like and subscribe or share or and so on and so on. Your soul has to tell you what you need to do. We're not doing this up here. And this is why the new energies that we are going to be coming out for it. And they're going to start coming out the next year for it. I don't want to spoil the things, but in a year from now, we are gonna beginning a new cycles on the planet-wise in there. There is a lot of shift up in the astrology, which is you guys know what I'm talking about for those. But talking about
As
this,
above, so below, you will
yes,
see it.
yes, you will see it. So I won't spoil that much, but this is gonna be the greatest awakening, a new beginning, new lessons that needs to be learned for like humanity. In there, we're talking about the biggest teacher, Saturn and Neptune. They're gonna be both working together within Aries. They're gonna get out of this shadow ending. We're gonna be ending the age of Pisces. We are gonna be ending the new beginnings
We're
with the
seeing Pluto in Aquarius for a long time too, which is just going to be more of this beautiful chaos that we're experiencing.
well, the it's called organized chaos because we are gonna organize the chaos the previous generations did. And don't forget about it,
We're not chaos
Aquarius.
magicians for nothing, you know.
You got that right.
I have Pluto in my first house. My whole life has been about Pluto.
I
First
love
house
him.
Pluto. Baby.
This is
Oh my
my first
goodness.
planet. This is my first planet, and Pluto is in Libra when I was born. So
Yeah,
uh, there is no escape out of this.
there's no escaping it. We
Yeah.
were born in hell.
Mhm.
I'm just
Dana, we have
yeah.
to accept as a forerunners. We just plant seeds of consciousness. Not everyone can and will understand, and it's not necessary. Oh my God, yes. For it, we call in the I was laughing every time when we hear this. I remind me about Angie Carey. In there is like, man, when you're talking to Dio, you gotta put that 5D hat on it, and you have your antennas wide open to it. But somebody has to bring it up here for it. We're not putting ourselves so that we are so much because you guys have to look at it. We also have to do some processing of
I
work.
got I became this wise from being incredibly stupid. I,
Well, that's some stupid stuff. Okay.
if you saw all the ways I was trying to put together these divine connections and trick myself into being in union, if you would, Mel just kept saying, "Oh, get it the fuck together." Pardon my French.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah. Um.
and that's that's basically it. You know, you have to come back to your core as a being. Just be you, right? So you have to come back to your core and be comfortable in your core essence. Um, and when you are, you will be unfuckwithable, unshakable. You will be, not so easily stirred, not so easily triggered, not so easily moved and shifted and manipulated.
Stoic. You're gonna become stoic. But as you are gonna evolve, I'm giving you a little bit advanced stuff here right now, guys. As you're going to evolve, your core is gonna go back into the point of creation, and that core that you currently have in there, that core belief system, is gonna be changed. You need to understand the evolution has no mercy, and the evolution is gonna be asking you for the same things over and over until you get it. And the evolution is going to be helping you to upgrade the core. Some of the things of your core belief system, they're going to be shaked out because they're not proper. Some of your core belief understanding system within yourself is not going to be. You're going to be learning how to navigate from heart, mind, spirit in there. And that connections between heart mind is going to be a very crucial because that's where it triggers your psyche. The psyche is going to be developing the mind soul connection within yourself, and then the soul itself, it's linked to the spirit. Don't forget about it that the spirit of yours is like a muscle of within your body. The stronger your spirit is, the stronger your soul will become to go ahead and empowering your mind of the process within a psyche in there for it. And from there, the heart is going to begin more and more opening. And when your heart is open and you're in that stoic mode and you know where you're standing at it, as in yourself, what can it move you? Right? When you know all the things, right?
I
And
know nothing.
ain't no sunshine in a sun.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The more we come to see, the more we realize we know nothing.
exactly. And
Be open to knowing less. Be
but
open
in
to being wrong. Be open to
yes,
new ideas and new thinking, new consciousness, and boom,
but that's
you
what about that core. That
yeah.
exactly core. If you're not open in there, that core will not change.
No. And that's the
And
truth of who you are. That's the alchemy. You come to the truth of who you are, which is the core of essential core. The quintessential, right? So
mm,
it's all five elemental parts of you, and from there you assemble yourself as you see fit and as you grow in alignment with source codes and source creative energy, and then the reality becomes your creation, literally.
exactly. What can you give advance to the people as in a twin flames journey?
It always comes back to that place of remove all your distractions. If you can take 3 months without your addictions, 3 months without your bad habits, 3 months without social media and the emails and stuff. If you have that ability, keep doing what you need for work and money and all that stuff, but remove yourself so that you can find yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to keep being fooled by distraction. You're going to keep being pulled astray, and 17 years is going to have gone by. 20 years I've seen gone by for some clients, 25 years, 30 years down the line. Most people die on their deathbed not even having wondered why. Like several people that I loved throughout my life, when they died in their 60s or 70s, they hadn't begun to ask their true questions. Not it's not why me? Why is this happening to me? So why is this happening through me? How am I fucking up my life? How am I doing this? How can I hold myself accountable for my creation? How can I be more accountable in my partnerships, you know, in my friendships? How can I show up more authentically? Say what I feel, say what I think, say what I mean without fear of being disliked. Remove yourself so that you can find yourself. Truly do that for 3 months. That's all it takes to heal an addiction, to change a habit, to create yourself in your image. 90 days. 90 days, man. That's what you need.
All right, brother Wolf. There is quite a few messages in there to it, but they're not the only one thing. Is Diana was saying that I find myself that my intention in my heart, and we will already be manifested for the all. No dream stay needed. Haha. I had pissed off an inner child last week. Focus on self care first. And she left it because she said like, sorry, have other meetings to attend. Thank you guys. You're welcome in there. And what I want to say, guys, to you up here, don't be afraid to evolve by not facing your stuff, facing your fears. facing your old patterns, facing your old self, and speak to your partner without fears. Because if you have fears, they prevent you to evolve in there within the journey. Okay. Um, Start acting from these needs. Start acting from understanding of give and receive. Okay. Don't become needy. Become understanding of giving and receiving, and that's what love is. You give love, you receive love. Okay. And if you're needy of love, that means something is not quite. Check yourself out, check the things in there. Stay in the reality. What is the reality? Reality is like this. 90% of the time, I call him or I call her. She barely calls me. Here, there's equality in there. The quality partner, they are both equally spending time, and they're equally talking and equally does things in there. Stay in the reality for it. And another thing that is for to it, communications is the key. Okay, communications is the key. All sorts of communications. You can have a telepathy connections. You can have a telepathy situations. Maybe you guys gonna be working on the same things. Okay. For example, the one can sleep and the other is awake. The one goes and reads and studies psychology, and the other says like, I just had a dream. I was studying something about brains and stuff and so on. Right. Right. But that actually, it's the confirmations that the things are manifesting into the what's going on. You're living yes, you're living in the same reality. But what's going to happen when the dreams that you and your partner, the divine partner in there, together with the divine, they're going to manifest in the material world? What is the divine is going to ask you? Hey, you ask and receive, get to work. Okay. And that's what I'm asking you about it. Be practical to yourself. Uh, Put your head in the clouds, but for crying out loud, put your legs on the ground. Live in the reality, and that's how heaven and earth is gonna come in. If you are going for this, okay, and if you are in the twin flames journey, please learn that inside of you, as above as below. That is this is gonna help you, and evolution. Do you know that the evolution is love? You fall in love with the evolution comes in, helps you the areas and processes that you need to evolve. And then once you evolve, you begin to feel more in love with that process. You fall in love with that because it helps you to increase yourself and developing yourself as a new ascension beings. That's what it's about to inflame. It's not about honey gunny gunny and oh yeah. Okay, you can have that. It's not all about this. It is about creation. It's about to put something out there, to leave the legacies for the next generations, examples, and so on. Because what kind of
And if
example?
you're not having fun, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. This is supposed to be fun, guys. This process is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to
Yeah.
fall in love. Absolutely agree.
All right, brother Wolf. I want to say thank you, darling. Thank you for she's Paulina said thank you both for the discussion is needed in the community. So
Thank you both for doing the work and for having me on.
okay.
I always enjoy hanging with you, Dio.
All right, we're gonna do something again in the next future and so on for it. Wolf, thank you for coming to the channel in there, and maybe the next time we're gonna be doing something for you, and we'll see how that. it's gonna turn out.
Bring the ladies on and have a full panel of discussion.
Oh, that will be that's actually it's overdue. We should bring
That's a
them.
doozy.
Yeah, we should bring them in and coming it up here. But um, yeah, Karen said thanks to both of you. I think we should plan this for it, and
Yeah.
we'll see how this is gonna be. But yeah, guys, if you have any further questions or anything, please make a comments below to it. If you want to connect to us, Wolf, that is a white wolf alchemy.com. You can see it on your screen. Or if you want to connect to us, it's a aquaspiritunited.com. You can connect it to us and make a comments below the video, and we'll be glad to see it how we can get back to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for the great chat because it was peaceful. And from us to you guys, be love. Be love. Wolf froze up. But Dana, if you want, we can go ahead and put you here in the channel. Like it comes in as a guest for it as a live. Would love to get into this. Okay. All right. Well, Brother Wolf is gone. So, guys, thank you so much for coming, and I'll see you the next time. Much love to you guys.